Hello everyone, welcome to the Paper Joy. I'm Janelle. I am so glad you're here and spending some time with me for a little while, and if you are returning, thank you again and for spending a little bit of time with me in this space. So we are at the end of August and going into the first week of September. I'd say I can't believe summer is almost over, but that is usually the case for me. Summer is my favorite season and it always seems to fly by. But I do love September. I love fall. I actually adore fall. The only problem is that fall is always followed by winter, and winters are usually a bit tough for me to stay active and stay motivated, but I do love fall. I love September and October. So I'm always looking forward to fall each year. I thought I would do one of my weekly spreads for this first week of September. I do have several things that I have been pretty consistent with in my weekly spreads. So that includes my sleep tracker and just a few other things throughout the week that I keep on here. This again is kind of a memory keeper for me, and some highlight things. So I think I will just get going here. So I started tracking my sleep specifically on here last month or in August. I line out a section of the weekly spread here to do that, and I have found that I really like doing that. I've been wanting to kind of track my sleep for a while. It's not super elaborate, just some kind of minimal things that I'm doing right now to track. But I have been doing it for several weeks, and I do want to continue to do that. So it takes up a decent amount here in the B6, but I have found that I still have plenty of room to put other stuff on here. So I really do like keeping my sleep tracker here. I do line this out. I was using pencil for a long time, but I've switched to kind of a colored line, which I think looks really nice. I think it looks better than the pencil. I think when I use a pencil, I just, in case I need to go in and erase something, but I really do like this color that I've used to outline my sleep tracker for this week. So I'm just going to start writing the things that I keep track of each week in my sleep tracker. And you would think, I've done this several weeks now, that I wouldn't need to look back, but I always do, just because for whatever reason I just usually can't keep it all in my head. And I break things up here so things aren't right on top of each other, which takes up a little bit more room, and I may condense that as I go along, but right now I find that in doing that, even in breaking this up, I still have enough room to get other stuff on here that I need or want to put on here. So I don't feel like it's taking up too much space. I looked at these indicators, just reading several kind of sleep things to get an idea of things to track. And I just find that I like looking at this information and tracking it every day. It has been helpful just to try and get an idea of sleep patterns and just taking a moment to compare your sleep time, how you feel when you wake up, or things you do before bed, or things like that, just to kind of take note of it and have that for reference. Let's see, the quality of sleep. So this is just a scale, and I've just found this really useful, and it doesn't take up too much space in my planner. and there is my silly 2. So I have always written loopy 2s, and I'm trying to work myself out of that. You can see it there too, but it is really hard to just change up how you've been writing something for so long. But I do not want to continue to write loopy 2s in this book. I don't know why, honestly. It's just, I feel like I just want to have more of just a different style of 2 besides the loopy 2 that I put there. So I have my indicators that go across here, and they're really simple, just like my total sleep hours for the night, time I go to bed, time I wake up. This is a scale for quality of sleep, and then how you wake up feeling. So whether you wake up feeling rested, or if you're tired, if you're kind of just okay. Physical activity, so anything you do throughout the day, I put here, and then I'll put my weekly average each week here. And then this section here are just for quick notes for the day. So again, like how you felt when you woke up. I mean, nothing elaborate here. If you notice, significant disruption in your sleep through the night, if you were tossing and turning, things like that. So just a little section here to keep kind of quick notes. I do have like a list here that I'm going off of to make sure I get everything down. And then this is the same midliner that I use to draw out the outline. So I really, really like this color. It is the dark blue, and I think it just is perfect for the sleep stuff specifically. Just a nice kind of calming color that works really well. And I have been consistently tracking one kind of weekly tracker, and that is my morning sun exposure. I do track that, so I try to get out in natural light within an hour to an hour and a half of getting out of bed. I find that I just feel better doing that, and I have read multiple times how good it is to do that. So I don't make it out every morning, but most mornings. And usually this time of year when it's nice out, that consists of a morning walk, but sometimes it is just me going out and sitting on the front porch or the back deck and just standing in sun for at least 10 to 15 minutes is the minimum time that I want to be out there. And I do this through the winter too, and it might be a little cold, but for me, especially in the winter, I need that natural light because winters are sometimes tough for me. What else am I putting here? I have found that I like to keep things kind of front of mind throughout the week. I was listing here on the sidebar these things as to-dos, but I'm going to change that to reminders because these are not things necessarily with a due date. They are just things that I want to do, things I do need to do, some of them, but they don't have like a real kind of due date on them. So unfortunately, maybe I can keep putting those off, which I don't need to do, but I just thought to-dos was probably not the best way to list those out. And I do have a list. Where did that go? There it is. For that. Let's see. This one, oh my gosh. Passport renewal paperwork. That is something that does not have a due date. It probably needs one because I've been putting this off for weeks and I need to get that paperwork done. I do paperwork all day, every day for my job. It's paperwork done on a computer, but it is still paperwork. And I tell you, when I'm done with that, to sit down and do home paperwork on top of it sometimes is just a bit much. But I definitely need to get those in. We've already got our daughter's stuff all done. We've had our pictures taken, all of that. I just need to finish up our paperwork, which I have not done. But these other things are, again, just reminders, things that I want to do, things I probably need to do, but do not have a specific deadline for them. So, and sometimes that list will take off all the way down to the bottom of the page. But I do like to keep this here just for, again, just things that I can keep in my mind, like, yeah, I need to do that. So that is good for that. The next thing. So we do have a new moon this coming week, or this week. So I like to track the moon phases, and I do journal on the new moon, which is what we have this week. And I will do that in my moon journal. And it's also a long weekend and a holiday weekend, so I actually have taken off work on Tuesday, so I get an extra long weekend this week, which is nice. But I want to put on here, so we do have Labor Day Monday, and I recently got some new markers, maybe the brush pen type of marker. I'm still learning my marker lingo, but I wanted to try something new and some different lettering things, which I'm trying on my own. So I want to try this on here and see how it looks. So Monday is Labor Day. And then I'm taking this into Tuesday because I have Tuesday off. So that is technically still a holiday and off day for me. I didn't want just red. I wanted to kind of outline this a little bit to have not the super boldness of the just plain red marker. All right, I think that looks okay. Let's see, what else did I want to put on here? Oh yeah, so going to IKEA, which we have one of those fairly close to us. It is within an hour's drive, but just to practice some more with these markers and how they look on the page, I figured I would go ahead and write that on here too. And IKEA has these kind of blocky letters, and this yellow is pretty light, as you can see. But I'm going to throw some outline on that too. Oh, I took that A over too much, to kind of brighten that up a little bit. So it's not just straight yellow. And I typically always find something at IKEA. I do really like the store. That doesn't look bad. But it's fun walking around, and our daughter just has a ball in there, going around the whole store and looking in all the rooms and cupboards and drawers and all of that fun stuff. So IKEA is like a, gosh, it's like a day trip almost. There's so much to do there. I also want to make sure I've got the right. I'm also very particular. I've become very particular with color. So the things that I do write down in here on a regular basis, I have come to be very color specific for those things. So I do want to write down my moon journal because that needs to, I want to do that here over the next couple days. I'm glad that there are several days that you can, no, I did that wrong. Oh well, I'll just do that. To give you time to do that. Because it can be a little bit of pressure when you have to do these things in a certain time frame, but I have taken my moon journaling practice down to 2 times a month specifically instead of 4, which is what I started with in July, and I realized that that was a little much. I was doing new moon, first quarter, full moon, and last quarter, and that it was just a little much. So I have brought that back to just 2 times. So I journal on the new moon, and then I journal specifically on the full moon, and then I track some things in between there. But I found it just more reasonable to try and keep up with as I'm just starting this out to do that 2 times a month. Makes it a little less busy, I guess. We do have something maybe scheduled for Friday, or not Friday, but Saturday the 7th. And I'm going to use pencil for this because just in case we aren't able to do it, then I can come back in and do something else here. But I'm gonna just make a reminder marker for that. Nothing too much midweek, but then we get to the weekend, and we also have another sterling ink order, which I did get my order in today or on Sunday for that. My first kind of planner season order for 2025. I do have a lineup for myself, and mind I have already come to recognize in doing this just a couple plus months that I am understanding more my kind of planner wants and needs, I guess. So I do have several things that I want to get for 2025, and I'm really looking forward to it because I am just loving everything that I'm doing right now with these books. And I'm really looking forward to keep doing it and to take this into 2025. I do have, what do I have here? Oh, these little sticker icons, which I found from another creator here. It is My Dandelion Diaries, and she has these great little sticker icons that I have just been using and loving, and I hope I'm not committing any kind of want to give her absolute credit for these. As soon as I got my first order in the mail, the same day I turned around or I ordered some more because I just love them and I've been using them and they fit perfectly on the page. I have several different kinds and I just love using them, and I think that one goes just great with the sterling knee corner. And I'm using tweezers. Can I just pause for a second and highlight the fact that I have tweezers for my planner. The first time that I saw that in someone's video, and I was like, are they using tweezers? And I was like, why are they using tweezers? And I kept seeing it, and then as I started putting more decoration down and like little kind of stickers, I was like, do I need tweezers? And yeah, I got some tweezers and I'm using them, and they actually work really well when you're trying to get a sticker kind of in a specific spot. I mean, our fingers, I have fairly small hands, but I was realizing even with small stickers that even my fingers, to get it into kind of a more precise spot was difficult. So now I'm using tweezers. I mean, it's wild. I'm still shocked that I'm actually doing that, but it works. So tweezers for the planners. What is my next thing for Sunday? So the past, I don't know, 2, maybe 3 weeks now, I have been doing something. I actually read about it. I didn't name this, but it is called Fill Your Cup Sundays. And it is just taking time to do one or a couple specific things that just kind of make you feel better, to kind of stop and pause, and whether that's journal or do a specific kind of cleaning or decluttering, just something that makes you feel better on a Sunday. And I have been trying to do that every Sunday now for the past few weeks, because it is not always something that you do. It's just not, or at least it's not for me. I find that Sunday is usually just the day before I go back to work on Monday, and I need to stop sometimes and tell myself that it is still the weekend and there are still things to do and things to enjoy and things that I don't need to think about right now for my work day starting Monday morning. So I have been putting this in here as a reminder for that, and it helps. It does work to see something on paper, which is what I've always done when I want to try and remember something or do something differently. When I see my own words on paper, it helps me out. And this is another little icon sticker from my Dandelion Diaries that I have. Her little, I think she calls them tiny cuppas, which I just think is awesome. And they just fit perfectly in there. And I just love it. Just love it. These are great little icon stickers. So that is, I think, everything for my list. Let me double check. Yes. So my initial weekly spread, nothing too elaborate, just some quick and easy things. And I usually start like this. I have maybe a few things that I want to get down on here. I always, or I have been for several weeks now, getting my sleep tracker on here, my other weekly tracker, reminders, and then, a few things for the week. I don't put any work stuff in here. Again, this is not for work, this is for me. And toward the end of the week, I look back and see what kind of space I have, and then I have been adding some kind of fun decor things in there for that. So this is my weekly spread, and I'm loving it, and I think it looks great, and I'm looking forward to September and doing some more things with the book, and I think that'll do it. So that is it for this one, and thank you guys if you have stuck around and watched. I look forward to posting again. If you guys want to come back and hang out, awesome. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. So thank you, and have a great holiday and a great week, guys. Thanks. Bye.